down. It's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Skips away from pressure. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. He looks that one in nicely. Tripped up for the tackle.
Nice patience by the quarterback here, working against zone coverage. He was allowing his receiver an opportunity to find that open space in the defense before pulling the trigger.
Ready? Let's see if the defense comes after them. 3rd and short from the 45. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Quickly to the tight end. Across the 25, he's got room. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. Fast motion from the offense. Now they'll try the right side. There to stop him after a pickup of 3. It's down to the 15.
All right, well, the offense here, they're trying to get this run game established. They obviously don't break off a long run there, but they're just trying to find their footing at this point.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. He's looking to throw. Quarterback now breaking the field. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Gets it into the end zone, but there's a flag down. We'll see if this one is coming back. They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. So a drive there of 85 yards. And they finished it with a beautiful 15-yard run for the score. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Here comes the offense on first down. Out of the gun to give to the back. And they try the middle of this defense, and that is not happening. FIU pushing tempo. Now on the option. He'll toss it. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. Now on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. They've got the screen set up. Bounced off his feet.
One of the things I love about this offense is they're very versatile in their passing attack. They throw to receivers and tight ends, and the screen game is big as well. This guy is a weapon, and you're seeing that here early.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. At the 35, he's got room. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up.
And 3rd down, they keep it on the ground with their playmaker. They give him the football. They got so much confidence in this guy and their offensive line, and they get the first down.
Listen, just to be on the field on 3rd down as a running back means you've got to be versatile, right? You got to be able to catch the ball. You got to be able to block. But if they want to hand it off to you on 3rd down, too, you got to be able to go find a way to keep the drive alive. This dude has all the tools in the toolbox.
After picking up a couple in 2nd and 8. He's looking to throw. Fires to the right. He's got it. Hits the accelerator to the right. And he'll take it in. They couldn't get him on the ground. Touchdown, Panther.
And what a nice start for this offense. The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting in a rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
And the point after is good. All tied up and just about set to kick it away. Looking for those open spaces and opportunity. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Rockets offense is back on the field. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, David. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
6-yard pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and 4. They'll run it out of the shotgun. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. And the Rockets want to crank the tempo. Quarterback will audible. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. Got a lot of running room. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Toledo.
Well, as a defense, you know you're going to see the go-round, especially against this guy. He does it to defenses, it seems, every single week, and so they're not able to get back deep enough. They get run by, he makes the catch, and then runs it into the end zone. They're going to have to change up their coverage and get some safety help up over the top because this guy's speed is a problem.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. And they'll get off one more play before the end of the quarter. The give to the left side. And he's able to pick up a few yards as we reach the end of the first quarter.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Toledo 14, Florida International 7.
2nd down now as they're ready to go back to work. Goes to the option. Quarterback on the keeper. He'll toss it. Got room at the 35. A tremendous run. He was full bore after taking that pitch. Just sweet execution.
One of the things I love about this offense, Reese, is they have tons of speed. They like to try to get the ball going east-west. That time they generate a huge play going to the right side.
And the defense either not fast enough to fit or got knocked out of the fit.
Yeah, they got to do a better job containing that as this game goes on. They got to funnel the football back to the middle of the field.
Wide receiver shows motion. They'll go to the ground. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And offenses want to continue to feature the run. They want balance. Even if it's not super successful, you can take it little bit at a time just to keep that defense honest.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. And he's able to shed 1 tackle and gets a pretty good pickup. FIU pushing tempo. They'll stick to the ground, looking for the marker. They were all over him, nowhere to go as that 3rd down play turned into a disaster.
And that's what makes this defense so difficult to run against. They've got guys up front that just push offensive linemen backwards. They basically push the blockers right into the lap of that running back.
This is the absolute right call. They're going for it on 4th down. They'll try to pick up the first. Will not get there. A 4th down stop.
I like it. This defense plays aggressive on 4th and short, and they are rewarded. Figured they would run the football. They did. Nice job getting some penetration and stopping that 4th down play.
Guys, let's see what Toledo can get done on offense this time. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense.
And the defense gets to the quarterback.
And this is one of the things that makes this defense so tricky is they've got incredible speed at the inside linebacker position. Not only can they go sideline to sideline, run east-west, but they can run downhill on blitzes, and they can get to your quarterback.
A little screen to the running back. Turns it on in midfield. They'll make the stop, but not before they use the screen beautifully and pick up the first down. The execution on that screen pass is one that will go in a coaching clinic.
Nice execution on the screen. Allow the rush to come upfield. Now I release, get the ball to the running back. I got my playmaker in space. Nice chunk yardage play right there by the offense.
They knock him down right there.
The offense thought they had a good look to run that play into with the QB, but there's just an example of a defender winning his one-on-one battle and making a tremendous play. Great effort by that guy.
Motion from the offense. He wants to pass it on 2nd down. He makes the connection. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. A 3rd and long coming up here. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the middle. Makes a connection. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. It's complete. And he'll run out of bounds just short of the goal line. Wanted to get it in, but couldn't quite get home.
Well, this offense told us coming in they were going to challenge this secondary early and often. They were going to use their speed to their advantage and take advantage of this quarterback's touch and arm talent. And
into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Rocket. Well, somebody's been doing their box jumps.
You ain't lying. Getting up in the air. Hey, listen, I'm taking a picture of that, saving it. That might be my screensaver on my phone. That vertical way up in the air.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Florida International offense is back on the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
FIU pushing tempo. Wants to throw on 1st down. Right on the money to the outside. He dragged the toe, and how about the ball placement? Only the receiver could get it.
Well, when you're throwing these out routes, guys, it's location, location, location. As a QB, you've got to put that out in front of your guy so he can make the catch. You put that behind him, that might be getting picked. Nice job there by the QB.
The Panthers come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking to go up top on 1st down. Got it behind the line. It's Cruz. And this one will be stopped for no gain. No huddle offense to the line.
Nice job, defense. You always hear people talk about tackling the catch. You saw it right there. There was nowhere for that receiver to go once he had possession. As a result, no gain.
He's back to throw on second down. Catch in the middle, it's high. And oh, he was off to the races after the catch, and they finally drag him down. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this thing has been one-sided, and they hope to at least have something to feel good about going into halftime. All the way down to the 25-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
There's been a little bit of a seesaw here the last two plays. Offense gets a chunk play, and then the defense gets a sack. Great job by the defense there, turning the page and coming up with the big one.
Really need to pick up some yardage this time on 2nd and long. He's looking to throw. He unleashes a long one. He's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. And once he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. On the run from inside his own 5. And he's able to pick his way through the traffic nicely for a good return on that one before he's brought down. Toledo has the ball. Here comes the offense. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going back and forth. This is like two heavyweights just trading blows, David. What does this defense got to do to get a stop here?
I tell you what, man, when you're giving up points like this and you've got no momentum, you got to find somebody that can make a play to create some. And listen, if they're scoring anyways, let's be aggressive. Let's blitz more. Let's make sure we're making them feel discomfort in some way, shape, or form.
And he gets it to the 45-yard line, and that'll be a first down. He's looking to throw it. Coming after it. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. On second down, wants to throw. He's got him this time. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
And you see so many smart wide receivers, so many smart tight ends nowadays that they know where the holes in those zones are, and they work with their quarterback, and they find them, and they sit down in them and make big plays. It's tough to sit back in zone against such smart players nowadays.
And the DB making a huge play, knocking it away downfield.
Really nice job by the defense, playing aggressive, understanding it could be a running situation, but still playing disciplined enough to play the pass and be successful on that 3rd and short.
They really have no choice here. This is a no-brainer. You go for it here on this 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And the incomplete pass turns the ball over on down.
Man, sometimes the best defense is getting a little bit lucky. He was open. He had a chance to make a play. He just drops it through his hand. It was pretty good defense, but you take those breaks when you can get them.
Comes out throwing on first down. Trying to make magic on the scramble. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center nowadays in football. You can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
Unloads to the wideout. And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands.
Well, they're trying to hit the out route to the perimeter of the field. It's a good route by the wide receiver. He just drops the ball.
running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. He'll loft one deep down the left side. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. The critical down and distances in this game, like that third down right there. When it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
On fourth down, he'll try to toss it. He'll take another shot here. Heaves it into trouble, and he finds trouble with the pick. Takes it the other way. And he's dragged down after the interception, and that's how we'll close out the first half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Rockets will line up to kick off and start the second half. Signals for a fair catch around the 5-yard line and makes it. FIU gets it back, and the Panthers will send the offense back onto the field. Tight game as we start the third quarter, and we'll see what type of adjustments they made at halftime.
And getting the ball first here, I think, is such a big deal. Like, I get the first chance to make a statement, to make the adjustments, to create some momentum for my squad right here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I think it's so important for this offense to set the tone here early in the second half, to get a nice drive going, build that confidence, and get your defense ready to come on out, get a stop, and change the complexity of this game.
Found that space and picked up 6 out to the 33. FIU pushing tempo. They'll try to run for it. Still on his feet at the 45. And they don't drag him down until he gets all the way to the 46-yard line.
Third down and 2, you know it's time to get physical, and this unit paves the way, Jesse, and gets the big first down.
And this back's got such a burst, too, doesn't he? As soon as he saw the hole, he exploded through it and picked up a huge chunk of yards.
And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land.
You got to have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. And then if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. A great job in the base defense making a play.
The run from the shotgun. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. On third down, he drops to throw. They're bringing heat. And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback.
I love playing man coverage on the back end. Get to those receivers' faces. Don't let them feel comfortable in run zone where they can find all these holes in the zone and my rush can't get home. Pressure them, pressure them, pressure them.
FIU will line up to punt. Finally sending out a punter in this one. Got to make sure they earn their letter. A low line drive and not his best work. Not going to get a chance to field that one, and the punt will bounce out of bounds. The Rockets offense is back on the field. There have been a couple of missed opportunities for these offenses in the last couple of drives, Jesse.
And I think for this offense here, it'd be nice to hit an explosive play, be aggressive, and really pay off your defense's effort that last drive.
And instead of having to move the ball down the field consistently and then getting stopped on fourth downs, you're right. Create some of those explosives. Take those deep shots. Make those big plays.
That kind of pickup on first down, and you can take a shot here on 2nd and short. They go right back to it. Tackle is made after the first down.
Well, there we go. We finally see some life in this offense running the football. Nice game to pick up the first down. Got to get more of that going moving forward because they have not run it.
Oh, it's a reverse. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Went with the running game on first down, now back at it. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Been showing them the run, now they'll throw it. Trying to make magic with his feet. He's brought down, but not before he turned that into a positive play and picked up a few on the run.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
Ball is at the 42-yard line, close to 4-down territory. Here's 3rd and short. They'll try to get the first through the air. He finds his man. That'll be enough for the first down, and they'll mark it at the 48.
Well, in that down and distance, the quarterback's got to get rid of it so quickly, right? He knows the defense is going to be bearing down on him, so a nice job catching the gun snap and then turning and pivoting, getting it out of his hands quickly and accurately to pick up the first.
Just a short pass to the tight end. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
They pick up the first down on the drag route. I know that seems like a simple route, but it's actually a lot more complex than what it looks, because that route changes based on whether it's man or zone. If it's man coverage, he's flying across the field. If it's zone, he's got to sit down over the ball in a soft spot, giving his quarterback a place to go with it. Nice job of those guys being on the same page there.
Put themselves in a bit of a bind with that last one. Is 2nd and 14. He's looking to throw. On target over the middle. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
The defense has their hands full trying to stop this guy in the slot. They're going to have to figure something out to bracket him, try and get two bodies around him, maybe get some safety help as well, because right now they do not have the answer for this guy.
They're looking to pass from the red zone. Caught in the backfield, it's Cox. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football, and a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting the football, letting them get some positive yards.
It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. A run for the quarterback. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. 1st and goal from the 8.
And he's a little bit short, but how about the effort? At least he laid out. You see so many quarterbacks slide nowadays to protect themselves. He laid out for the first down. Unfortunately, he's a little bit short.
And the Rockets will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. Use the play fake, now to throw. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down.
Well, I love the coverage on defense. In the red zone, everyone's got their eyes on the quarterback, and they're flying to the football, and you saw that there on the incompletion.
They'll run it left, looking for the end zone here. He's got it down to the 1-yard line, right on the doorstep of Pater.
That's the end of the third quarter of play. With the score, Toledo
Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. Turning to the running game here on 3rd and goal. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Man, if I'm quarterback right now, after this long of a drive down this close, I'm going for a touchdown here, Paul.
And I get that, but I've worn this defense out, man. I'm going to go for the touchdown right here. And if I miss, they got to go the whole length of the field to score a touchdown.
They can make this a 2-possession game with a field goal, but they want to put a little distance, a little cushion to their lead. They'll go for it on 4th down. Let's it go to the end zone. And it's taken away by the defense, and they desperately needed that turnover. The 50. A sweet return after the pick, and they'll have it at the 43.
Man, we needed that so bad. We needed the football, had to get a stop, forcing a turnover. Best case scenario, offense back on the field, trailing in the 4th quarter. Time to go win.
The give to the tailback. The offense coughs it up. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
As a defender, you love the big hits. And you know what the cherry on the sundae is? When you get the big hit and force the fumble.
Guys, let's see what Toledo can get done on offense this time. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions, but I think I stay aggressive with this.
Brings it down on the right side. And they pick up a better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down. In that loss last week, he just never got comfortable. Threw 3 picks, but much better today.
Much better taking care of the football. Listen, being the leader, he made the one mistake, but did a good job moving on from it, leading this offense, and ultimately getting the dub today.
They wrestle him to the ground, but he's got plenty for a 1st down.
Well, the defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps, and the offensive line took advantage of the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run there.
On 1st and 10, trying to strike from the 15. Right back to the well. Headed to the end zone. He'll get that one all the way down to the 4-yard line before he stops.
Right away after picking up the 1st down, they go right back to their playmaker at running back. And I love the push they got up front, getting a hat on a hat, opening a huge hole for the back.
And you become so hard to defend when you can run the football successfully on 1st down. You're starting like that. Now what opens up? Play action. Now you're making me play pass and run. This offense, if they can create that run physicality, now it opens up everything.
And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Toledo. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the 4th. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Mississippi State has opened up its largest lead of the game in what's shaping up to be one of the more one-sided affairs of the weekend. They're up by 20 over the Royals. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Guys, FIU ready to go back to work on offense. That fumble in plus territory just ruined that last drive, David.
Yeah, and those are frustrating when you got the offense moving a little bit and you put that thing on the deck, Jesse. But move on, reload, forget about it.
At the end of the day, it's just fundamental football, right? They practice it all week. 5 points of pressure. Every ball carrier has to have it. They just got to do a better job moving forward.
Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw. Fires to the wideout. How about getting the foot down on that throw for the big completion? FIU pushing tempo.
I think if you're the head coach at this point, you're telling your offense, it doesn't matter what's happened up to this point of the game. Obviously, things haven't gone our way, but we have a chance.
Oh, look out. There he goes. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds.
How nice is it as a quarterback when you don't have to throw post routes to get great stats? No, I can just throw it quickly to one of the fastest players in the entire nation and let him burn this defense.
Trying to find his man on first down. He's got his man. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback. Rally to the football.
Headed to the end zone. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, FIU. Before that score, considering last rites, now all of a sudden, they're not dead yet. In fact, they're feeling much better, and they're alive, and they've got a chance.
And I'm looking on the field right now. I'm looking at their sideline. They're energized, Reese. After that last score, all of a sudden, they believe they can come back and win this game. This is a totally different-looking team than what we saw earlier.
After scoring that touchdown, they'll try to get it right back with an onside kick. They recover their own fumble. Somehow, who knows how they got that thing back. Toledo has the ball. Here comes the offense. And they've got a little bit of a cushion here, David. If they can add to it on this drive, it would be nice.
And it definitely makes a little bit of a difference. Knowing I'm up by more than a field goal, obviously, Jesse, my mindset switches, and I know I can't make mistakes.
Yeah, and David, I don't think they have to reinvent the wheel on offense here. What they've been calling has been working. Just get back to doing what you're good at.
Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. Looking for space. It's Cox. 1-step wrap, 2-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. This feels like 4-down territory, 3rd and short from the 40. They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. That one did not go well. Tackled in the backfield for a loss of 6.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
And despite going 0 for 2 on 4th down so far, they will stay aggressive and go for it here. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Pocket starts to collapse. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game.
Love the coverage on defense there. 4th down. They were ready for the pass, and you saw in the back end, great job being in position to make that play, and now their offense is coming on the field.
Pressure coming. They finally get him on the ground, but not before he rips off enough for a first down.
It's the 4th quarter. Every second counts, right? It's a one-possession game. We're chasing the QB. He scrambles around, does such a great job getting positive yards, keeping this drive alive. We need to score badly. We got to keep drives alive like this. Wonderful job.
Trying to get to it. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49.
And how about the inside linebacker flying through there? You see those guys come up, and you see how fast they can come up and fit the run. But how about blitzing the quarterback, getting to the quarterback, getting the big sack?
That is the last thing you want on first down as an offensive sack. Now it's 2nd down. Wide out in motion. Looking to throw on second down. Caught over the middle. It's high. And the catch was one thing, and the run even better. A big pickup on that one.
I'll tell you, man, I love quarterbacks that have arm talent, but that can throw it accurately at the same time, and you saw all of it on that in route.
They'll run the option. And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep third downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on first down.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Defense loves to show heat and try to confuse the quarterback. On second down, he'll fire. Throws toward the end zone. He had that one slip to the ground, and if he had held on, that might have been a wrap. Instead, it'll be third down.
I can't believe it. He had a chance to just end the game right there. If the defender makes the catch in the end zone, up a possession, this is ball game. But because he put it on the ground, this offense still has life.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Makes the grab over the middle. And how about that catch and run? So dangerous, this guy.
QBs, when you see zone coverage, man, can you manipulate defense when you have a good pocket and you've got time to throw. He had a little bit of time to throw. You can move guys with your eyes. That drag comes wide open. Good throw, good catch, first down.
Can't make the catch. It's incomplete, and that drop might have cost him a big play on first down.
We know this guy's a weapon, not just taking handoffs, but he can catch the ball too. That play, not so much. Got to do a better job reeling it in.
Going to work on second down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. They're trying to get got some room, headed to the goal line. They get the timeout called. 11 seconds remaining to play.
Florida International.
And this is the chance for this offense. A 1st and goal, 4th quarter, trying to tie the game up. Trying to barge their way in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Florida International.
And they desperately needed that touchdown. Now it's miracle time. We got to kick this onside kick and somehow find a way to boot a long field goal.
The fake, and he wants to throw. He's got it in the end zone for the 2-point conversion, and the fake gives him the lead. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown.
Toledo, 28.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Got to get everybody lined up quickly. Time winding away, and they've got to push the ball down the field. Quarterback checking the play. Going up top on first down. Fires to the middle. Got his man. And oh no, he loses the ball at the end of the run. Well, the offense ought to go buy a lottery ticket because that ball somehow bounced right back to them. They'll keep it. You want to talk about building confidence? Coming through with clutch plays, making the winning plays at the right time can really set the course for the rest of the season.
Yeah, Reese, maturity and experience matters, and this team has guys that have played a lot of snaps, they've seen a lot of looks, and they've lost close games like this in the past. That wasn't the case today, David. Too many guys out there making big-time plays.
And I think belief is what you build. That confidence, you know you're going to win. You don't think you're going to win. You know you're going to make that play in the big moment that continues to build on week-to-week success. And you look up and you're like, dang, we strung a couple wins together.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.